Oh, yeah. Look at behind you. I mean, look at, we're ready to go.
One of those
Pretty good,
days.
right?
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, you really feel,
For staff. Yeah,
really
yeah,
feel
we're
that
gonna
you're
have fun.
right on
Ooh,
the
we're gonna have fun.
1 minute to.
Okay, I want to go see.
Break this up, but,
Shall we? Yes.
okay, I'm going to call the meeting to order. You want to do roll call?
Yes, sir. Commissioner Cardenas.
Present.
Commissioner Sue.
Here.
Commissioner Douglas.
Present.
Vice Chair Kirkpatrick.
You're on.
Chair Chelf.
Okay. You want to lead us in Pledge of Allegiance?
Place your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. Okay. Approve order of the agenda. I approve it. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Blue folder items. I see none. Do we have any?
None tonight.
Makes it easy. Public comments on non-agenda items. I'm assuming we have none.
No, none.
Okay. Consent calendar, we've got 7A, approve affidavit of posting for the Planning Commission regular meeting of December 2nd, 2025, and 7B, approve the minutes for the November 18th, 2025 Planning Commission meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve items 7A and 7B.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right. No excluded consent calendar items. Public hearing on items continued from previous meeting, none. Public hearing, we have zoning case number 25-101. This is for 10 Saddleback Road. Would someone love to give us a presentation?
Yes, sir.
Good evening, Honorable Chair, members of the Planning Commission. As Chair Chelf said, this is for 10 Saddleback Road. It's for site plan review application, multiple variances, and conditional use permit application. The project is zoned RAS1. You'll see it under the star right, a little bit away from City Hall in the red. But it is on the border of the city, borders Palos Verdes Drive North on the east, and on the south is Saddleback, or rather west is Saddleback Avenue. This is the 1,000-foot radius map that we mailed to all the property owners. And again, here's an aerial view. Palos Verdes Drive is to the east, and this is an irregular lot, as we talked about in our field trip today. It's an L-shaped lot, narrow entry off of, my pointer, narrow entry off of Saddleback, and it spreads out along Palos Verdes Drive North. The net lot area is less than an acre for the zone. The minimum lot size is required to be a zone. This one is 36,590, less than an acre. The first building pad is 6,100 square feet. The second one, if you will, because there's a 100-foot setback off PBDN, is only 1,200 square feet, the second building pad. So the existing house, 3,700 square feet, which includes the garage, the 4-car garage, was built in '53, and it included a pool. And in 1990, an expansion was allowed to that 3,700. It used to be 37 minus 1,300. And then most recently, 3 years ago, March 22, the ridge beam height was extended. May 2025, staff approved, or rather staff took in an application to convert the garage into new floor area, which will be an office and a new bedroom for the house, should the commission approve tonight's applications. And then in June 2025, which we saw out in the field today, we've already approved a spa, fire pit, and landscaping on site, and that's already in place. It's administratively approved. Tonight, the applications before the Planning Commission are new construction of the detached garage 786, which is approximately 3 cars, 800 square foot detached pool house in the rear of the property, 800 square foot attached deck over 12 inches or a foot. They're proposing 2.41 feet. And that's the list of variances before you tonight. The deck over a foot, the 40% disturbance because there's so limited area on the property. They're proposing to max it out at 100%. And the detached garage will be constructed in the front 50-foot required setback. And it doesn't qualify for the exemption of 30-foot because it is a detached accessory, and it will be also in the side yard setback. And the detached pool house in the rear of the property will be within the 50-foot setback. And in order to do all this, they're requesting a variance to import soil. As you know, soil needs to be balanced on site for all new construction. They're proposing to import 136 cubic yards. Finally, conditional use permit encompasses both of the accessory structures. They're over 200 square foot each. This is the site plan. You'll see the proposed pool house on the east, or rather the north side. PVDN is the rear property line. The proposed deck, which we saw out in the field today, is at the back of the existing deck, and the proposed garage is in the front. Saddleback, you'll notice, is a very narrow entry, and it widens out to the rear, L-shaped lot, irregular. And as we saw in the field today, the terrain in the rear of the property is somewhat hilly, and so therefore constricted and unable to develop, difficult to develop, warranting variances. The development table, again, sorry, this is a typo, but it's 250101. These are actually the numbers from the lot area calculations that we take in the application. The structural coverage is 5907 as proposed by the applicant, which is with a new with the garage and the pool house and the deck. The structural coverage is 20%. They're maxing out. The flat work, including the new driveway, which includes a hammerhead, and the flat work, including all the flat work around the proposed deck, will be maxed out at 15%. Combined total flat work structural is 35 max. They're maxing that out as well. Disturbed area, going back to the variance they're requesting, is over 40% per code. They're maxing out at 100%. And again, the guidelines for building pad coverage, these combine to create the disturbed area, but they are over the guidelines, well over. This lot is very constricted. And grading, I inserted that. You'll see they're 231 cubic yard fill, and they're requesting a variance because they're only cutting 94, leaving 136 to fill. And they still do have area though for the set aside for 450 and 550. These are the elevations that were out in the field today, but we kind of looked briefly. They do match the house barn style. This is the garage and the floor plan, 3-car garage, man door that has 2 entries that we saw. The pool house elevations, bathroom only. And this is the grading plan that we also talked about in the field, a little bit more fill than cut, 136 cubic yards more fill than cut in blue. And we stood in back of the deck, so I thought to put the section up, the section drawing demonstrating where, and perhaps when the applicant can come up better, but these are the stairs, and this is roughly the 29 feet that they're asking for the variance. So this is the deck height. The post to the peak here will go 29 inches, which is why they need a variance to go above 12 inches for the deck. And maybe the applicant can. So this is a section drawing of the deck where we were standing roughly right here today, picking up the story poles. And then this is front view of the deck. We noted that this is the portion that's being added onto, indicating that the footings for the new deck and the stairs. And then the barbecue area is over here. So, those are the section drawings. I thought maybe they would help explain better what we saw in the field today. This is exempt from CEQA per 15303. So staff recommends that the commission open the public hearing, take public testimony, close the public hearing, discuss the project, and a resolution for approval is on your desk should you decide to approve the project. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any questions?
Quick one, the 3,700 feet of the building pad, you said there was like a 1,300-foot addition, that's included in that 3,700 feet? So before it was 2,500 or whatever?
Correct.
Okay, thanks.
Do you know, the retaining wall between the garage, the current garage and then the planned garage? And it looked like there's gonna be a bunch of fill going in there. Is that retaining wall going up higher? Do we know?
The engineer is here to answer that, better equipped, but my understanding is that they would actually need to level that out in order to do the new driveway.
I'll ask when you do that.
Okay, at this point, Tom, I'm going to open it up to the public. If you'd like to comment, please come up, state your name for the record. Love to hear from all of you.
Deborah Ritchie-Bray, landscape architect. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. If you have any questions, I can answer the question about the fill. I think you were talking about the space between the house and the garage. Is that,
The new garage and the existing garage.
okay, the new garage and the existing garage, there will be a set of planters that will minimize the heights of those, of the drop. I don't know if you can go back to the plan.
Well, I think you use the pointer instead, only
Okay.
because if we have members of the public participating, they want to be able to hear
Okay.
comments. Maybe not this one, but.
Is this, where's the point?
Red button?
Okay, so right here, there's a little planter that goes around. So this wall right here
Yes.
is actually the same height that the wall that's there now is. So it's about, so it is for,
That's fine. It just looked like if you're raising the base of the new garage.
this
that
is a
wall would have to
new
go up.
wall right here. So that's new, and then that levels out the driveway so that this whole
Okay, so you're
space is,
terracing back to the existing wall.
yes.
Okay.
So this will be a little bit of a, it'll be a little bit of a drop between that space, because it comes up. And that's to make the driveway usable for backing out. And this is the section that is in the easement. It's a small amount of driveway, and that is for back out. Any other questions?
Anything else? Okay, thank you.
Okay, I did want to say thank you very much for coming this morning, and thank you for making special amends for us to have this meeting tonight. We have worked very hard. We've tried to work with the homeowners association, and I think the proposal is, it works with the property very well. It works with the family. They do have 3 kids, and as they grow, they need, car space. This actually helps with the drainage right now, where the driveway is, where the garage is. The water rushes down into the front door. So with the new proposal, it actually will help the drainage, will help give the owners a better sense of a drive, and also they won't have to park right in front of the front door. They'll be able to have a courtyard space, so.
Well, I know that you hear that we try to crush people's dreams, but we do not. So
We know you.
We try to work through the process
We
and
work through it.
understand what we approve or disapprove. So
Exactly.
thank you for taking the time this morning to explain it to us. It was
Thank
very
you.
helpful. I
And-
think the flagging was a little off, which made it somewhat
Yes.
confusing at first.
Yeah, and we did look at the deck. I know there were some concerns on it being a little high. There definitely are some adjustments we could make if we need to lower that, but
I think the flagging was just
It was a little
I think
off.
some of it had fallen down, some of it was off.
Yeah, so I did go back and tie those back up. So, and Raina did add some photos of that, of the flagging, so you could take a look at that again.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Who else?
The architect he's the architect.
He's very good. We love the stuff he does. So, okay, no one else? Okay, so I'm going to close the public hearing, and we will talk amongst the commissioners. Who would like to start, Sean?
Yeah, we deal with, most of the things that come to us, in fact, originate from these challenging lots, both the size of this lot and the shape of this lot, the 100-yard rear setback, all those things are issues to be dealt with, known issues, so it shouldn't be a surprise, but I understand what they're doing, what they're trying to do on the lot. Appreciate that the RHCA has, sounds like, blessed what they're doing as it pertains to the easements, et cetera. I don't know that there's a lot more that can be done. I was concerned with that wall, but it looks like it is terraced going back to it, and changing the side driveway to a permeable surface will certainly help with the runoff and other things. So reducing that side driveway, I think, will be a bonus to the project. And again, the deck was confusing, but I think it's a planter box to the deck that I had a hard time understanding at that time, but I understand it now, so. That's it. I would have entertained seeing the pool house on the other side, but if the neighbor on that side of the property, roughly the west side of the property, doesn't have an issue with that location, then I won't take issue with it.
Okay. Who else?
I'm good.
You are good.
Well, I was confused also by the deck and everything until it was further explained. But the pool in that area is beautiful, so I'm hoping that all the deck and all of that will keep in the same form.
Okay.
It's a lot of movement for me. It's a lot of movement of earth, a lot of cut and fill, and a lot of disturbance for that small neck of the woods where, historically it looks like there's always seems to be some kind of moisture problem. Parking is difficult. But I guess, given the shape and the topography challenges, this is a decent compromise. I don't know if you need to build such a big deck, but I don't have kids, so.
I got 3. You want one? You want 3?
No, thank you. I don't have kids, so I
Just
can
kidding.
appreciate that you need space and they need space. So I'm okay. with
Okay,
how it
thank
is.
you.
Yes, difficult lot. Not in love with adding any structure in the front yard, just particularly because it's just tight. It just makes it look tighter in the front. I'd love to explore, but I think it's too late and it's not worth everybody's time in this respect. If you kept the 4-car garage, you obviously have turnaround and everything there existing. You would add any bedrooms, office, on one side of the house, and then you could extend the deck and be closer to the pool, because the comment was earlier that you're farther from the pool. However, I'm not trying to open a can of worms. It looks cumbersome to me to put the garage in the front. I'm just not used to that and how it would look. But, as it relates to the setback, that's fine. I think the answer to the planters around the deck was a great idea. And once we understood that, and you can kind of look and you can't see under the deck, which is just a classier way of disguising the house, I think that will come off great. And I know that's your expertise in landscape architecture. So I think that and the planters are a great idea. I think that would help that deck. And I get the 2 layers, but I like the idea that part of the deck is under the roof line. Just, that's natural and a good part of it. And then to have the outside deck is a nice way to have 2 decks. And it's at a different level, which I think it would be a lot better than trying to extend the deck out. So I think you pulled a good compromise. Yeah, you could lower it a foot or 2. I don't really think it'd matter. It'd actually make the planters squattier, and I don't think that's necessary. I think, you're under 3 feet, and so I'm okay with it.
Okay. So here's my take on it. I got a little different view from Greg. I think that by adding the garage in the front, I think you actually are going to give the house some nice curb appeal that it does not have now. And where that house is situated on that turn, you probably get lights and everything else coming into the house. So it's going to give you protection that you don't currently have. You've got challenges with the topography on that lot and sloping, and you're gonna have to deal with drainage and all of that. You've got the best of the best working with you to solve that. But I think it's a great solution by putting that in the front and giving you the curb appeal and the privacy that you need. As for the location of the pool house, I actually think that's a great location for the pool house because you're exposed to the neighbor on that side, whereas you're not exposed to the neighbor on the other side. So I think it's actually going to be a plus for that neighbor who's going to give him a buffer from your pool, and I think it's going to give you a buffer from the neighbor's house. So I lived on a lot that backed up to PV Drive North, so I know how the setbacks work. I know all of that. It looks much larger when you go back there, but it's really not your property. You're leasing it from I think RPV or one of them, I don't know. But anyways, so it looks like you got a lot more room to move things around, and you really do not. As for the deck, again, I think that the way it was staked was not great. I think it was confusing. It really made it look like there was a much bigger gap than there really is going to be with the planter in front. You're disguising it. And quite frankly, it's going to be a heck of a lot better looking than what it looks like now with a really raised deck. So all in all, I mean, it's a challenging lot. It's a challenging, you've got a small entryway in the front. So there's only so much you can do. So I think you've actually done a nice job of maximizing what you can do there. So having said that, somebody want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve proposed resolution 2025-12 as written.
You want to second it? All right. You want to do roll call?
Commissioner Carnes,
Approved.
Commissioner Sue, Commissioner Douglas,
Approved?
Vice Chair Kirkpatrick.
Yes.
Chair Chuck.
Yes. Okay, thank you. All righty. Discussion items, do we have any?
No, we do not.
Do we have any field trips scheduled for next week?
Next January, yes, a boatload.
Oh, yeah, I mean January.
January 20th is our next planning commission meeting.
Okay. So I'm assuming you'll let us know what property we'll meet at first at 7:30.
Yes, what hits the wall. We've got tentatively 2 Williamsburg, tentatively 3 Maverick, and tentatively 26 Caballeros.
Okay.
Depending on how we get there, we'll let you know.
Okay, you just let us know. We'll put down that we've got it at 7:30. Are there any matters from the planning commission?
Just my one question, is there a limit to how many field trips we can do in one day? Just with time and stuff?
8 hours.
We got to get it done before the 6:30 meeting in the evening.
I don't have a number, but I know in the past, since I've been here, I think there have been at least 2 in a day. I think maybe.
We've done more than
I
that.
think we've done
We've done-
3. Yeah, but
But good question, just,
Yeah.
and I'm just thinking about it from a getting into the office standpoint.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I'm like so scheduled that I kind of need to know if there's multiple, I mean, 2 is fine, but if there's 3 or 4, I'm gonna have to switch my day, which is fine, I just am gonna need to.
Yeah, and staff will work closely with the applicant and their team to determine which ones will ultimately appear on the agenda with enough buffer to allow you to kind of, if there's 3, then we'll give you enough notice to prepare and anticipate a 3. But right now, it is tentative because we do ask a lot for the applicants to submit it on a timely basis, and if they don't, then that's when they fall off the agenda. We don't want to present something to you that's not ready. So, but we'll work on it, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Matters from staff.
Yes, Chair Charles, as you, I've shared with you in the past that we have 2 new additions to our city staff. I wanted to get this opportunity to introduce to you Benjamin Johnson. If I can have him come up first, he can tell you just briefly a little bit about himself. He is our new addition to our team.
One limp up.
Good evening, Commissioners. As Karina mentioned, I'm Benjamin Johnson. My role here with the city is I am our Code Compliance Officer and Planning Technician. So my role includes handling resident concerns if there's something on a neighboring property or a property in the city that a resident has noticed and is worried about that might be a violation of our municipal code that falls under my purview. One of my recent code cases was there was a renter who was concerned at the owner of the property's maintenance of the property she was in, and that process involved meeting with the homeowner, meeting with the renter to discuss their concerns and working towards a resolution, and we were able to get the case closed in under a month. On the planning technician side, I do a lot of work with our construction and demolition permits to ensure that contractors are able to get into the city and do work on their respective properties by checking all the right boxes. I have also been approving numerous over-the-counter applications, and I'm working on one of the aforementioned projects that I'm hoping to bring before you all in January at 26 Caballeros. And a little bit on me personally. So this past May, I graduated from Loyola Marymount University, just up the road with as a double major in both political science and urban planning. And in my free time, when I'm not injured, I like to play ultimate frisbee, to hike, and read books.
Welcome.
We're happy to have you on board. We need the help, so thank you. And your resume is impressive.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, thank you.
And I'll go ahead and introduce to you Emma Montes, and she will tell you a little bit about herself and her role here.
Ben is very charming. I will say he is more counter-facing than I am, but nonetheless. So you'll see me more often coming up in, when is it? January 20th for 3 Mavericks, so I'm very excited about that. I recently graduated from USC, so that was very exciting. I'm so happy to, continue on with my career. Did you go? Oh, wow, we have 2 in the room. I know I think the mayor also went. So honestly, that pretty much sums it up. I've only been here for about a week total.
You've made a big difference in the 3 weeks, so thank you.
Just like Raina said, it feels like it's been like 3 months, so we're doing a lot of work.
Well, welcome.
Thank you.
Glad to have you on the team.
Me too.
Thank you.
And that concludes matters from staff.
Okay, well, if that's it, then I am adjourning this meeting till January 20th, 2026 at 7:30 for a field trip somewhere.
Yes. Thank you, everyone, so much.
Question?